Thing is getting us started. Fine. Let's start with this. So yesterday we have tried to understand the concept of correlated query. Okay, and I hope that was clear. Yesterday I have shared one more question on my LinkedIn post, and that is again related to correlated query. So you guys can go through that. Okay, and then I'm planning to start with any and all these two keywords today. Although this is not used very frequently. Okay, I will tell you the reason, but let me introduce with these concepts. Hope my voice is audible clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check if I have some example. Any example is not there. Yeah. So try to understand this. Suppose this is our student table. Just let me show you the data. It's the part. And it is not something. Yeah, this is the data in front of you. So here, suppose the question is that I want to fetch those student details whose marks is okay, whose marks is either greater than the marks of A, B, or C. Okay, try to understand this. But first of all, let me delete this one. Question is to find those student details whose marks is suppose whose marks is greater than A. Okay. So what should be the query? You write query like this. First of all, we'll calculate the marks from a student where name is equal to A. Correct. So this query will give you the marks of A. Marks of A is 10. But now the question is I want to fetch those student details marks whose marks is greater than the marks of A. So here you have to use subquery. Select a start from student where marks should be greater than marks of this. Okay, so you got this output. Fine. So this was simple question. We want those 20 details marks. Those marks is greater than the marks of A. So we have used this inner query. This inner query will give you the marks of that student. And then from that we can find the marks of other students as well. So this was simple. But suppose the question is I want to I want to fetch the details of those students' marks. Okay. I want to fetch the details of those student whose marks is greater than marks of A or B. Okay, either greater than marks of A or greater than marks of B. Okay, so what you can do one thing. Okay, or you can write this query is you can do one thing. First of all, is the question clear? I want the details of those students, or I want those students' name whose marks is greater than marks of A or marks of B. Okay. So one way to write queries, let's start from a student where marks is where marks is greater than. So what is the marks of A? Marks of A is 10, or marks is greater than marks of B is 15, right? You can write this query and get this output. So is this clear? You understood this?
Yeah.
So this student's marks is greater than A or B. Okay. But here you can ask a question that that why you have hard coded the value, right? Here you can see I have hard coded this 10 and 15, correct? I have hard coded this. So you can ask this question that why you have hard coded. You should not hard code, and that is correct. We should not hard code the values in SQL. That is not allowed. You will hard code in interviews that, so that is not allowed. Okay. So now how to write question for, how to write query for this. So for this I will write a query like select a star from a student where marks, and those who are not speaking, please go on mute. A lot of noise is coming. Marks is greater than any. Okay, I will use this any SQL keyword. What is this any? I will any select marks from a student where name in A B. Let me execute this query first of all. So you got this output 30, 20, 15, 12, and all the outputs are coming. Okay. But what is the meaning of this query? So this query, I am asking SQL engine to show me the details of all the students whose marks is greater than, then I've written this any, okay. And then I've written this inner query, okay. So from this inner query, if I will run this inner query, you will get the output as 10 or 15, okay. So now this query will be changed to this query, okay. Now the meaning of this is you are telling that I want the details of those students whose marks is either greater than 10 or greater than 15. Okay, suppose if you will write here, uh, 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 want to show you one more thing here. Hmm. Just a minute. Okay, consider this example. Okay, consider this example. When I have executed this, I got the output as 30. Why I got output 30? Can anyone explain this?
Because we have only the marks 30 is greater than the 20 in
Marks
A.
30 is greater than 20. That's correct. But here I am telling I want greater than, and I have mentioned here 1500 as well. But 30 is not greater
Because
than 1500.
we don't have
Yeah,
any
why?
data greater than 1500.
That's correct. That's correct. I agree. But here I have mentioned I want greater than 1500. I have mentioned as well. But in your
It will
output,
work
30 is
as
coming.
either and or condition. So,
It is either condition that
yeah,
either it should be greater than this or it is greater than this. I want the data. So 30 is greater than 20. I agree that this is not greater than 1500, but this is greater than 20. Okay, so this is the use of any. When you want to match any condition, that okay, tell me the tell me those employee details whose salary is greater than any of these five employee, like that. Okay, tell me those student marks whose marks is greater than the marks of that particular student. Okay, so like that, when you have this kind of condition, you will use this. Like when you're working for finance domain, okay, and you have to invest in a particular mutual fund. Okay, so before investing in that, you will check that okay, I will invest in any fund which is giving me return greater than any of these three funds. So like this it works. So when you want that okay, it should be greater than any of these three. I will invest in that. Is that clear? So in that case, we use any. Okay, it will check for all the conditions, and if it is greater than any of the conditions, you will get the output. Suppose if I will mention here 40, will you get any data?
No,
Will you get any data, guys, if you will execute this?
no,
No. Why?
because we don't have the greater marks than 40.
Correct. Because we don't have any marks here, which is greater than 40 or 1500. So that is why if I will execute this, you will not get any data. No data found. So any means you are telling that check any of this condition. If it is fulfilled, just I will show you the data. It is like that. Okay. Many a times those who are planning to take admission in a college, so they will give condition like this. Okay, you should have scored greater than 90 either in physics or chemistry or mathematics. When you are taking admission in +2, it happens. Many of the colleges they will give this condition. So then you can fill the form. That is like that. They are giving you multiple choices. If it is greater than any of these three, you will get the admission. So this is the use of any. Is this clear? Any question?
No.
Okay. Now here I have directly given the value, but if you want, you can write any query as well. Like this example I've shown you, this one. Here I am telling that, okay, first of all, execute this inner query. So I am telling that I want the marks to be greater than either the marks of A or B. So that's what I have written this query. And these all marks are greater than marks of A or B because marks of A was 10. Correct? Suppose instead of A and B, if I will write here E and F, which means I am looking for those students whose marks is greater than either E or F. Okay, so the marks of E is 30, right? This is 30. The marks of F is 20. So greater than 30, no data is there, right? Greater than 20, yeah, this 30 is there. So if I will execute this, you will get 30 as an output. You got 30 as an output because one of the condition is fulfilled here. Is this clear? Any question? So if you're working on data analyst role, this kind of queries are used very frequently. But data engineer role or the business analyst, very is rarely you will use these keywords. But for analysis purpose, when you have to take some decision, when you have to do some comparison, then this is used very frequently. Is this clear, guys? Any
Yeah.
question on this? Clear? Okay. Uh, Roja, any question? I cannot hear you. I'm not sure if you're
Yeah, good
speaking.
morning,
You're muted.
Tanvir. Yeah, yeah,
Good
yeah,
morning. Good morning.
understand. Yeah.
Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. I thought your voice some issue last time it happened.
Um,
Okay, so this is all about any. So any means you have a range of values, and you are when you want to select any particular, when you want to match any particular condition, you can use. It is greater than. If you want less than, you can use less than as well. Let me show you for less than. This is a less than operator. So from this, you are telling that fetch me those marks which is less than either marks of E or less than marks of F. So this is the data. You can see these all marks are less than either E or F. Okay. Or if you want to use equal operator, you can use equal operator as well here. So 30 and 20. So equals to E and F, 30 and 20, you got the output. So this is useful when you have make a decision out of certain options. When you have certain options, like once when I was working in a project, so my project we used to invest money in certain other companies. Okay, so when the investment is done in a company, okay, so the investment manager, the portfolio manager, the fund manager, they have certain what I can say guidelines. They have certain KPIs and they will check whether those companies are fulfilling that or not. So they will keep some KPIs, some points, and they will check that okay, if the company is fulfilling at least this 4 to 5 points, we will invest in that. So in those cases, we use this any and all any condition to check that if all these conditions are getting fulfilled or not. Hope this is clear. Okay. Now, then you have concept of all. All. Okay. Let me execute this. No data found. Okay. I have just replaced any with all here. Got output as no data found. Why?
This
Because
works
from
as
this,
and condition.
this works as and condition. Very good. So here you are telling to SQL engine that tell me those student details whose marks is greater than all. All means execute this query, and whatever marks you are getting, I want those student details whose marks is greater than all these students' marks. Correct? His marks should be greater than marks of E. His marks should be greater than marks of F as well. Then we will consider that particular student. But here, why you're getting no data found? Because the marks of E is 30 and marks of F is 20. And you don't have any other student whose marks is greater than 30, right? Greater than 30, you don't have any value here. And that's why when I executed this, I'm getting no data found as an output. But suppose if I will keep here D and F, suppose I will keep D and F. So from this, I'm asking SQL engine to show me the output of those data, okay, whose marks is greater than marks of D or D and F both. Okay. Okay, someone has joined. It is joined. Okay. So here you are asking that marks should be greater than marks of D and F both. So whose marks is greater than marks of D and F both?
E.
E. Marks of D is 11. Marks of F is 20. Right? So whose marks is greater than marks of D and F? So 30. 30 is greater than D and F both. Okay, so when I will execute this, we'll get that 30 as an output. So all means you are telling that all the conditions must be fulfilled. Any means you are telling if any of the one condition is fulfilled, show me that record. All means we are very strict. You are telling no, all the conditions must be fulfilled. Then I will invest in this particular company. Or I will buy this mutual. I will buy share in this mutual fund like that. Hope this is clear. Any question here?
Clear.
No. Okay. So this was all about any and all. Okay. Then after this, I want to explain you this cumulative sum value. What is this all about? Okay. We'll see further. Oh, before cumulative sum, let me explain your rownum. Let me check if you have example of not this one. On this one. Don't think I have some good example for rownum. Check some data. Okay. Row num and row number, they both are different. Okay. Please make a note of this. Row num and row number, they both are different. I've already taught you what is row number. Let me show you here. This is row number. This will generate sequence. And this is row num. Row num is different. Okay. I'm explaining you what is row num. So I'm first of all creating a table student, and its name is already used. Okay. Table top. So this is your student table, and this is the data. This is the data. Now, what is row num? ID, comma, name, comma, register, comma, check, marks, comma, row num. Let me show you what you're getting output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. What you understood from this? Seems similar like row number, no? Seems similar to row number. But no,
Yes,
this is but no, this is not similar to row
but
number. I
there
will
we
tell
are
you.
given the over and by
Ha,
column.
correct. They have given that condition row number over by column and all those stuff. But that is not like that. So before comparing row num and row number, let me first of all give you introduction of this row num. What is this all about? Okay. Row num. This is not used very frequently just because this is an agenda. So that's why I'm telling you. And almost I can bet you that hardly you will use this in your entire SQL journey. Okay. This is used, those who are working in DBA role, they will use this. But for data analysis purpose, it is never, almost never used. Okay. But let me tell you what this is all about. Okay. And why you got the number here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all these things. Actually, what happens when you are inserting this data, when you're inserting the data in the table, you have seen that I have inserted the data in the table. So your SQL engine by default will assign a number. Okay. This by the sequence how you have inserted the data. I mean, if you have inserted this record first, then your SQL engine will assign a number as one. And this will be a hidden number. This will not be shown to you unless and until you are not asking the row number. After that, if you have inserted this record, the SQL engine will assign a number 2. Okay. And then suppose if you have inserted this record, it's a row number 3. Okay. So that is the only purpose of this. Now you can see it is 1 here. Why? Because this record was inserted. First of all, this record was inserted. You see this 1A1 physics. Okay. Or else let me take one more example. Create table. Create table practice. ID. I used to explain this rownum. I know this is not used, but you never trust if you're going for interview. Your interviewer can ask this question. So here I'm trying to insert value 1. Okay, now let me show you rownum. Select, select ID, comma, rownum from practice. So see the value rownum is 1. Okay, now I am inserting one more record with value 3. So what will the value of rownum now?
2.
2. Rownum is, oh, again it has changed the sequence because it has taken the latest one. Yeah. Actually, this example which I have shown you and this example, they both are a little bit different. For us, it appears to be same, but here it is different. In your batch, I think I forgot to explain that but let me explain you that. Suppose now I'm inserting 2. I'm inserting 2. I'll set it 2. Now check the row number. Now 2, you are getting here row number as 3, right? And for 3, it is giving 1, and for 1, it is giving 2. This again taking that based on the index. It is again different because it is not going all in one row. That is why it is happening, and it has changed the partition. Third, it is taking as 1. It's taking 1 minute, guys. Give me 1 minute of table. That's why I don't teach this concept, because this is totally related to admin. But we'll try to explain you this. Try to understand this, okay? I know this is not used very frequently, but let's try to understand. Here I am trying to execute all this query in a single. Okay, see all these things I'm trying to execute in a single table created. Now check this data. For ID 1, they have assigned row number as 1, correct? After ID 1, I have inserted ID 3, correct? For ID 3, they have assigned row number 2. After 3, I have inserted 2. And for ID 2, they have assigned row number 3. And after 2, I have inserted ID 4, and for that row number is 4. Now the question is, the sequence how it is getting inserted, it will follow, it will give you that row number as per the sequence. Okay, so as per that, your database engine, SQL engine, is giving that numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is nowhere related to any particular format. You can see the ID is not in ascending or descending order. No, it is not like that. It is exactly how your SQL engine is inserting data in the database. And as a user, you're not supposed to bother about that, how they're inserting, because if it will insert this record first, or if it inserts this record first, you are not bothered about that, right? For you, the only thing is data is present or not. Okay, is that clear? But suppose if I will give you here row number, this one, row number over, if I mention here order by ID. Okay, now what is the meaning of this? This have a specific meaning, row number over order by ID. So the way the SQL engine will look into this, you understand that the user wants to sort order by ID. So first of all, it will sort all the IDs in order. You can see now all the IDs are in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? And then it will give the sequence to that. This ID 1 is giving sequence 1, this ID 2 is giving sequence 2, but this ID 3 is giving sequence 3, this ID 4 is giving sequence 4. Okay, but this row num, you can say this is totally random, 1, 3, 2, 4, random. Why? Because this is based on the sequence how SQL engine has inserted the record in that particular table. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? Understood this? So that's what rownum is from the database admin perspective, that which record was inserted first, which was inserted after that. But as a user, we don't have to bother about this. For us, this is the word row number, that you can give sequence to this as per the requirement. Suppose you want to make this ID descending. So now it will be ordering will be in this descending order. Let me show you this. First of all the IDs are sorted in descending order, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? And then it has given the sequence. This ID 4 is given first sequence, ID 3 is given second sequence, third and fourth, like that. So row number will give you, it's like a sequence generator to generate the values for that. Okay, and row num, this is from SQL engine perspective, that how in which fashion he has inserted the record in the database. That's what I told you in the very beginning. You will never use this row num. Okay, we generally use, but this row number is very important. You should know this concept. This is used very frequently. Hope this is clear. Any question?
Yes, clear for me.
Clear? Any question, others? That's clear. So actually, I don't teach this rownum, uh, but in few batches, the students they ask that, sir, what is rownum? What is the difference? That's why I started keeping this in agenda. But this is almost never used. So then after rownum, I want to explain you this sum over and cumulative sum. Okay. One more thing, like yesterday in that practice group, you might have seen that there was a question we were discussing on that, and many times I've seen that some question is there, and the students they are getting stuck with the concept. So what I've planned is for all those questions, I will create a video and I will share with you guys so that you can understand how it is working. Okay. Okay, then sum over and cumulative sum. Let me explain you this. Sum over. Sum over is here. It is present here only. I have a name. No, I have a good example here. Perfect. Perfect. This is a very good example. This one. This is very important. Cumulative sum. Understand this concept. So it's 20. So this is your string table, and let me show the data. Let's start. Student. So this is the data. Okay. Which one shall I start with? Rollup I have talked earlier. So of marks multiply partition by string. I can show the thing. Okay. First of all, let's start with the simple one, and then I will teach you all those things. Okay. I'm not sure if I've teach you earlier or not. Suppose if I'm writing this query, sum of marks from a student, and if I will execute this, what will be the output? And what means what is the meaning of this query? I wanted to understand.
It will sum all the marks.
It will sum all the marks, right? 3,100. It means sum of all the marks is 3,100, right? Okay. Now if I'll use here name, comma, sum of marks, and then suppose I will write group by name. So from this query, I'm asking SQL engine, show me the sum of marks group by student. It means total marks scored by A is 1550. Total marks scored by B is again 1550. Okay. Instead of name, if I will write here subject, and if I will give here group by subject, execute this. So this will give me the total marks scored in chemistry is 1700. Total marks scored in physics is 1400. Okay. And instead of this, if I will give name comma subject, so it means I'm asking SQL engine to show me the total marks scored by each and every student in each and every subject. So A has scored total 850 in chemistry, A has scored total 700 in physics, B has scored total 700 in physics, and B has scored total 850 in chemistry. So this was all about sum, plain sum of marks. Okay. Any question in this?
No.
Okay. Oh, this is clear. Now let me explain you the concept which exactly I want to tell you actually. Name comma. First of all, I'm taking the simple example ordered by Excellent. Okay, now let's see what I'm trying to show you here. Here I'm trying to show sum of marks order over order by subject. Okay. So always when your SQL engine will see this kind of window function, first of all it will sort what I mentioned here order by subject. Okay. So it will sort first of all based on the subject. Now can you see it is sorted based on subject? All the chemistry are coming in the first bucket, right? And then you have all the physics after that. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Why this is coming? Because I have mentioned here I want order by subject. So first task is over. And then SQL engine will see that the user is asking me to calculate sum of marks. Sum of marks. Okay. The total marks of chemistry is how much? 1700. It will check, total marks of chemistry. 50 plus 250, 300, 300 plus 200, 500, 500 plus 350, 850, 850 plus 150, 10, 1000, then 1150, then 1400 and 3, 1700. So chemistry marks is total 1700, right? And physics it is showing 3100. So why suddenly in physics it is showing 3100? Why?
All physics marks, total physics marks is 3100 from.
Total physics marks is 3100. Okay. Okay. But when I have executed this query, total marks scored in chemistry was how much? 1700, and total marks scored in physics was 1400, right? Correct, no?
Oh yeah.
Chemistry it was 1700 and in physics it was
So
1400, correct? Hmm.
yes, correct. So is it taking the combined chemistry and physics?
Yeah, correct. So for chemistry it is showing is 1700, but suddenly why this record is showing 3100? The reason is your answer is correct. The reason is for physics it was 1400, but it is taking the cumulative sum. After 1700, it has added to the physics marks and then it is showing you 3100 as a total. Okay. I think this is not clear.
Clear.
This is not clear. I think I have taken the complicated example. Let me take one simple example. Okay. Student ready name can and answers. Let me take a simple example first of all. Then I will show you some clear examples. Values. Name of is okay. That's phase one. Master score is 60. Then second semester, third semester, fourth semester. 50 master score. Fourth, fourth semester marks. 80 marks. Okay. So this is the data. Okay. So let's try to understand from this simple data I have created. So that first of all we should understand the concept and then we can the complicated part. So this is the data, guys. The student A marks scored in first semester is 60, second 50, third 70, and fourth is 90. Okay. Now what I am telling is if I will write name, comma, semester, comma, marks, comma, sum, order by semester. Let me do this. Now see what is happening. Now can you guys explain me what is happening here?
Yeah, in the second record, it's adding the second semester marks with the semester one. In the third record, it's adding the 1, 2 with the 3.
Correct. So this is known as
Cumulative.
cumulative sum or running sum. Okay. So first of all, you see it is order by semester. Okay. First of all, I have mentioned order by semester. So please check it is the semester is ordered or not. Yes, this is ordered. First task is over. Second task, you are telling to find sum of marks over. This over is very dangerous. Okay. This over is doing all the tasks. When you're writing over, so SQL engine will understand that the user wants it running. Okay. And it will start from this 60, it will put 60 here. And then after that, 60 plus 50, 110, 110 plus 70, 180, 180 plus 90, 270. So you can finally see, okay, the total marks is 270. So this is known as cumulative sum or running sum. Is this clear?
Yes,
Any
clear.
Yeah.
question? Yeah, this is very important concept. You guys will think that except row number, I have told all the concepts are important. But yes, all the concepts are important only. Now, let me show you one more example from this. Okay, and keep it for me.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. So can we use a partition by in
That is
some?
what I'm. That is what I'm just creating data for that only. Okay. So now I have inserted the record of one more student B. Okay, and see we have student B data as well here. Now, if I'm running the same query again, and let me run the same query again. Now, see, first of all, order by semester. Can you check all the semesters are in order? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, all are in order, right? Then how it is working here? It is working here. 60, it has not taken directly 60 here. Why it has taken 110 here? Why it has taken 110?
Is added marks of both uh, A and B.
Semester. See, here you have mentioned the semester one. They both are same. So this is one bucket. 60 plus 50 will be 110. And that's why it is again 110 here. Okay. Then now this 110 you have added with this 50 plus 40. Second semester marks 90. 110 plus 90 is 200. This is again second semester is 200. Then 70 plus 60 is 130. 200 plus 130 is 330. Okay. So here it is going in this manner because I mentioned order by semester, and if both the semesters are same, SQL engine will consider this as one only, and that's why it is taking the addition of this to 60 plus 50 as 110. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Clear, no?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me show you the example of by name. When you're writing partition by name, so first of all, it will create a partition. You see, here's a partition A, one partition, and B, you have another partition. They are totally different. So operation with A will be different. Operation with B will be totally different. It is like two different countries. They cannot interfere in their what I can say in their matters and all those things. Order by semester. Now, can I check the semester is in order by 1, 2, 3, 4, 1? Oh no, the semester now is not in order by, no? You think this is an order by semester?
Yes.
Oh, but it is not ordered, no? It is one, and then after this one is coming here. This one
We are
should be
Because
present
they
partition.
are in partition.
partition by. Very good, very good. So first of all, this partition, within this partition, this order of semester will work. Once this is done, then it will touch the other partition. The other partition is B. In this partition, again, this internal order of semester is happening. Correct. So in partition by, you have to be very careful. It is like you are dividing, separating. Okay, fine. Now concentrate on the first partition, and please check this sum of marks. It is working as per what we have decided or not. 60 is 60. 60 plus 50, 110. 110 plus 70, 180. 180 plus 90, 270. So the task of one partition is done. Then SQL engine will enter the other partition. Okay. 50 plus 40 is 90. 90 plus 60 is 150. 150 plus 80 is 230. So it is giving you here the running sum, but based on the partition. And both the partitions are independent of each other, and that is why the name is partition. Hope it is clear. You can do partition of anything, partition by name, partition by semester, whatever you want, but of course that should make some business sense. Okay, so this was about cumulative sum, guys. Any question on this? Any question? No questions?
No.
Okay, if you don't have any question, I was more example of that sum. This document is where is that example? Sum of case. 1 minute, I will search if I have. Otherwise, I have to frame that data and all those things. I'm looking if I can find that. Got it, got it, got it, got it. This is the one I want to explain you. This. Okay, before jumping into this one, this is a little bit advanced. Please ask if you have any question on the topics which we have discussed so far. Then I will show you this example. Any question so far what we have discussed? No questions.
No.
Okay. Okay, fine. So I want to show you this already used. Oh, okay, I think I have. Table dropped. So I'm trying to create a student table, and some data is there. Let me show you this. Student. This is the data in front of you. Okay. So actually, what I'm showing here in student A in maths pass or fail. Physics he is pass. In chemistry he is failed. Again, chemistry he has appeared, but again he is failed. Like that, I'm showing this data. Okay. Now in this example, I'm showing you that how you can use case within sum. Okay, how you can use this case statement within the sum. Okay. Here, what I'm trying to tell is SQL engine that find the sum of this. What is this? When subject is equal to maths, then 1 is 0 in maths count. Okay. Let me execute this. It's very simple. It's not that much complicated, but many guys, they don't know this, so they will think that this is something new. This is not new. Maths count is 3. Why maths count is 3? Because if you see here, maths is 1. The occurrence of maths is here. This is the second occurrence of math. This is the third occurrence of maths. That's why the maths count is 3. Physics count is also 3 because I'm taking here the occurrence. Physics occurrence once, physics occurrence twice, and this is thrice. Physics occurrence is thrice. Fail, pass. fail is 5 and pass count is again 5. So this is happening because of this query. That in this query sum I have used this case condition that okay when so I'm telling suppose if it is here sequence I will see that okay when subject is equal to maths then 1 else 0. It means whenever it will see the subject is maths it will keep in this bucket as 1. Suppose it will come here this subject is maths in this bucket it will mark as 1. It will go to the next record. This is physics, this is not maths, so it will give you 0. Then next record because they mention here if you get maths they mark it as 1 else 0. We go to the next record. This is chemistry, this is not maths, then it marks 0. Then next record, this is again chemistry, okay, marks 0. So it will give this marking for all these records and finally it will sum this what is the value and it will show it here. So from this you can see from one data set you can see all the information that okay total 10 records were there, 3 were related to maths, 3 were related to physics, 4 related to chemistry, 5 has failed and 5 has passed. So in a single query you can see all this information, all the statics, all the stats of this data. Okay. If you can change this, if you want to make it 2 you can make it 2 your wish, but I want to count here, that's what I given here 1. Is this clear? Any question?
Clear
Yeah,
for
clear.
me.
Clear, no? This is simple, guys, but I use this very frequently. This is very helpful when you want to see some statistics. This is all. This is again one example how you can use case within sum. Okay. So cumulative sum and sum over I have taught now. Then decode. Decode. I think many of you will be saying this for the first time. Decode is like you are decoding the value. You are telling that if this is the value, show me this. If this is the value, show me this. This is decode. An example. So this is suppose let me create this bank database and this is the data in front of me. Bank ID 1234. So I have written this query select bank ID comma decode. So from decoding what I'm telling to SQL engine that wherever you see this number 001 mark it as SBI. If it is 002 mark it as ICICI. If it is 003 mark it as GFC. Okay. So like that I have mentioned here. So see, it has decoded. It has given some coding to this. If it is 1, SBI. If it is 2, ICICI. If it is 3, SGFC. And why it is coming in? Because after that I have marked as NA. NA means if nothing is there, mark it as NA. Okay. Hope this is clear.
So it same like NVL.
No, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no.
but their null changes, null
Ah,
values changes
correct.
into that one. But here we are giving something.
Yeah, correct. Once very much similar to NVL, but there it plays with null. But
Yeah,
here you
here
can assign some value to a particular number. That is the use of decode here. Okay.
here if there is the null value.
You can mark, you can give the number, it will accept that.
Okay.
Anything you can give it will accept it. Okay. You can do this with the help of case as well. Case when bank ID is 001, then SBI, when bank ID is 002, then SCI. That also you can do, but case it will take a lot of time. So that's why when you have to do coding for a lot of values, you can use this decode function. And this can save time. Okay. So all about decode. So I will stop here today. Okay, I have some other commitment at 10. Okay. And this remaining topics and some other what I've told you that some other questions we'll discuss. So we'll plan for the next class. So almost all the topics we have discussed so far. Okay. But now in the SQL practice group, I want you guys to be active. You can see like my previous batch students, Mukil and Pritish, Mrinal, Sandeep, they are very active and they have improved a lot in SQL. So I will request you guys also to go through those questions, work on that. Okay. And so we will discuss those questions. Fine then. Any question, guys, apart from this?
No.
No questions. Okay, then I will give you assignment 10 questions today, and that will be overall related to all these concepts of sequence. Okay, work on that, and the next class either we will discuss and or I will give you the solution for that. Okay. Okay, fine then. Take care. Bye. Let's meet and next class Saturday.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Thank
Bye.